it's time to clean our freezer. And that means we got to process the salmon. We have a bunch of pork fat in our freezer that we picked up earlier in the year. So we're going to take this opportunity today to go ahead and grind that up and turn it into lard.
Which I'm very excited about. We use lard for everything. You can substitute it instead of oil. So anything we would use olive oil or coconut oil for, because primarily that's what we use anyways, we would use this in lieu of it.
So that's going to take care of a lot of our oil for several months, and we can stop buying it at the store that way.
Yay! Yeah. One more step. Yeah. One more step.
Yeah, so the process that we're going to do is we're going to cut some of these strips of fat into manageable sizes, and then we're going to put them through the beast.
The beast?
Yes, the beast. Now you might be curious what kind of cost this bad boy has associated to it.
I am wondering if it costs more than 2 of my cars.
I'm not sure if I should say in front of Amy how much I paid for this. This was about $629.
Okay.
Yeah. And that's in 2024 dollars.
Yeah, 2020. Richard's really good about buying kitchen appliances. He does a lot of research, and you buy things that work and work forever. Yes, it costs a lot initially, but our machines last us forever.
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
So I'm never like, oh, you shouldn't have spent that money, because we're gonna use the heck out of this and it's gonna last forever. We could even potentially work on this machine, it looks like.
Yeah, we can actually work on this machine. The parts are stainless, which was important to us. The casing and everything is very heavy duty. I think the motor is the only thing that I wouldn't be able to remake. All the parts in here, we can either reorder, or since we know what kind of metal they are, we can have a friend of ours make them on their 3D metal printer. This is going to draw about 750 watts of power.
Okay.
There's a lot of amps and stuff. I don't know what all that means.
750 watts.
I do know that on our system that's off grid, it's going to draw 750 watts as it's running on our system off our batteries.
Which is pretty impressive. We can almost run this on the solar that we are currently generating.
Yeah,
today.
Currently we're getting about 400 watts. So we are going to draw into our batteries a little bit, but it's only going to be for about 5 minutes, because this thing is going to process this fat fast.
Yay!
We put a baby moose through this, and it took 10 minutes. So that's how happy I am about this purchase. I'm not going to sit here all day and grind stuff up into... This fat should melt into lard on the stove really pretty quick.
Yay!
I'm hoping. We are going to go low and slow on this, just because we don't want to burn anything.
Good.
Oh, and we do have to make sure that there's no water in any of this. So we're gonna render this down into liquid, and then we're gonna skim off solids. All right, and then we're gonna kind of keep rendering it until there's no more bubbles coming up from the bottom, because the bubbles represent the vaporization of the water.
Oh, okay.
Or any moisture that's in either the fat or the container.
Once we have this lard, what are we gonna do with it? Because I have a few ideas.
I'm gonna get away from using store-bought olive oil. We still do get olive oil from the store, and I'd really like to be a little bit more self-reliant on this homestead. We don't have our own animals that have this level of fat on them yet, but we eventually will. We've been able to trade with other people in our community our eggs for their fat.
I love it.
Yeah, which I'd rather do anyway. I'd rather barter for most things.
Yeah, so. Yeah, we absolutely do. But this particular batch that we bought it at the butcher shop. We've been meaning to do this for some time, but all the tours on the homestead have kept us away from it. I think at the time I paid nearly $2 per pound, I think
so, yeah.
So, but I'm really excited now that we have a connection that we can potentially, just barter for it. And that's going to be really exciting. But we're going to see what 20 pounds can make us. And what are some of the things that you cook or bake with it? Or
the best lard you can use for you would want to use for like really up in your game in pastries. I would just use it as a butter replacement or olive oil replacement.
Yeah,
or coconut oil replacement. I pulled this out of the freezer yesterday so it'd start to thaw a little bit, because we do want it to go through here partially frozen, so that way it doesn't kind of get warm and start rendering now, or it won't start gumming up the machine.
Yeah.
So we're going to use this lard that we're making today. It's probably going to take us, I don't know, 8 months to go through.
Nice.
Cooking. All right, so here we go with our...
Is it plugged in?
No. Cool.
It's like the Play-Doh machine.
Yeah, absolutely. Cool.
Thank you. Yep, sounds good. Tag team.
We're gonna kindle fires under northern lights. Move. Kinetic, live in the wild, so scenic. Come on, let's groove. With the glaciers as our backdrop, feel the rhythm deep in your soul. It's the cycle of the sun and seasons that makes us whole.
That is done. It only took about 5-10 minutes, I think, to grind that
Oh,
up.
I think, yeah. Maybe 5?
Maybe 5.
What you got?
Got a lot of lard going in here. I gotta figure out how to turn this down more.
Oh, we could have done it in one pan.
I know.
Will it happen faster in 2, though, right?
Yeah, well, what I'm gonna do is probably, this one's gonna be faster, I think, and I'm gonna, when this one's done, I'm gonna pour that into here. So,
Okay.
So that it melts too. It's melting up really quick though.
Okay, cool.
I'm down there turning it into liquid.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So yeah, we just have to let this come up to basically liquid form, combine everything, strain it out a couple of times, and then we'll put it into jars and let it cool, and that's it.
Yay! So
that's
passive, but you gotta watch. Watchful passive?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to, I really have to monitor this, because if we let it start scorching, then it's gonna color the lard,
Okay.
which is no big deal. It's just extra flavoring, really. And I doubt our forebears really cared. It just makes for a nicer looking pastry or whatever, you know.
We're gonna can some salmon, and we have to take the lard we have and can it as well. And because the temperatures have started to rise, we had to plug in the freezer. During the winter, we do not have to have it plugged in. It's cold enough that it's fine out here without being plugged in. But now spring's here and we have to plug it in. We pulled the salmon out of the freezer yesterday, and I had it just kind of in a crate in the kitchen. It isn't entirely completely defrosted. Okay, before I get my hands salmon-y, I'm going to do a few of these cans, or these jars, with lemon dill, just to kind of spice things up. I eat, one of these jars takes me about 3 days to eat for lunches. So I'm going through them pretty rapidly. Between this and the pickled eggs, that's kind of my lunches throughout the week, is either or, the pickled eggs or the salmon. I must say I eat very well. Look at these, they're so beautiful. Yeah. Oh yeah, it's still frozen. Can you hear that?
Just so it cooks faster.
Okay. Oh, I bet this is driving you crazy seeing me cut. Should I cut this in half? Skin out. Do you know why that matters?
I actually don't. It probably doesn't.
Is it like a laces out thing?
It seems like a place for garlic, doesn't it?
It does. I was tempted. I'm not going to deny it. So I'm going to stuff these pieces in too. We're going to pressure can this, so I can't imagine like in the grand scheme of things, because
it's all going to get overcooked.
Yeah, exactly. Like there's bones in here. There's like little bones, and I can't taste them when I eat them. So honey, since we are not doing plastic anymore, I have been disposing of these.
Okay.
So is that?
Yeah.
I had Richard do some research on the skin out. After his research, there's really no reason. I
got to be honest here. I don't see how.
In a pressure canner.
In a pressure canner for 90 minutes, I'm not sure. That stuff's not going to get medium rare. That's going to be.
You're not having sushi.
It's going to be as cooked as you can cook it.
Yeah. We wound up getting 19 pints out of the freezer, so it cleared up a bunch of room, and this is going to be good lunches for me for some time. Right now I'm just kind of clearing off the lids of these with some vinegar. I'm going to process them in the pressure canner for about 90 minutes.
Backwards, Amy.
That's right, I don't even try. Okay, put that down. Oh, that looks beautiful. Ooh. Okay.
Playing with hot fat.
Yeah, I'm excited about this lard. This is going to be good. I'm clearing off the lids with a little vinegar in case there's any droplets on there. This will make sure it does a good seal. Because this is hot, it's going to be self-sealing, so we don't even have to do anything to it. Oh, honey, this looks beautiful. Your fat looks so lovely.
Thank you very much.
All I have to do now is tempt you with ribeyes. So yeah, I'm just putting the lids on here, finger tight. These jars are pretty warm, I'm not going to deny it. That was 100 minutes at 10 pounds pressure. Pressure's gone down to 0, so I'm going to go ahead and get this open and the jars out. I need to do it.
After a great day of pressure canning all this stuff and getting all this lard rendered down, we ended up with 8 quarts of lard. It looks really good. I'm excited to use it. We ended up with about 12 pints of salmon that we canned up. There was a lot more, but it looked a little freezer burnt, so the chickens got a feast today. This tape though, I still gotta cut.
Like this?
Yeah.
We're gonna kindle fires under northern lights. Move. Kinetic, live in the wild, so scenic. Come on, let's groove. With the glaciers as our backdrop, feel the rhythm deep in your soul.
Perfect.
It's the cycle of the sun and seasons that makes us whole.
So I'm cleaning out the freezer to make room for all the steaks. We needed to clean that stuff out. I've got sleds full of stuff. There's the beef and moose and chickens. And then we got pork in here.
Lots of meat.
Yeah. The goal was for this to be the beef freezer, and then we get another freezer for a small freezer like this for chicken and pork. Here we are. Woohoo! This looks good, and everything's rotated out. I love it.